You know what's funny? There's all these gurus out there that are telling you to niche down, pick a niche, specialize in one thing. But those are the same exact gurus that are selling you courses on doing the exact opposite thing on what they did to get rich. I'm going to show you why the riches are in the niches advice is actually keeping you broke. And then I'm going to reveal how I built a 6-figure agency doing the exact opposite. Quick story. I had 2 different students in my coaching program. One of them was someone who was obsessed with picking a niche, wanted to make sure it was perfect, tried to become a specialist. He watched all these YouTube videos that were like, hey, I need to become a specialist. I need to pick a niche that's going to make me a millionaire because the riches are in the niches, right? And he spent all this time doing all this research. And then we have number 2, who was somebody who listened to my advice, basically went out there and executed on the advice that I told him, and was at $10,000 a month in 90 days, while the first person was still doing research 3 months later and ended up falling off and never getting any results. So here's what nobody is telling you about niches or niches. I don't know at this point. First of all, when you're starting out, you don't have any specific industry knowledge that you're going to claim to have. If you say, hey, I specialize in getting this X type of client a result, they're going to ask you, okay, well, how can you say that? Well, who else have you gotten results? And if you're a beginner, you're not going to have that, and it's going to make you look like a fool. So you can't be a specialist in something when you actually haven't specialized in getting results for that thing, right? The thing about starting an agency like a lead generation agency is it's not about having specific buyer or specific industry knowledge. It's about having marketing psychology and sales psychology information, and you translate that over into your copywriting, which gets you results for clients in many different industries. Once you learn how to generate leads for a B2B business, you can do that for any B2B business, right? You can do that for marketing agencies, IT companies, outsourcing companies, B2B SaaS companies, enterprise software companies, financial services companies, all different types of companies. And there are so many different B2B businesses out there. If I literally go on ChatGPT right now, I could probably find 100 different niches or industries of B2B, and then I could probably find 10 to 15 sub-niches within each of those industries, right? So there's so many for us that you can go after. You should not be trying to focus on just one specific one when you're a beginner. And here's another thing. What if you pick the wrong niche? Remember that story I just told you a few minutes ago? I had a student who spent all of his time obsessing over the niches. I tried to put him in this place, but he wouldn't listen, right? He wanted to be a specialist. He really thought that he had something. He thought that he knew something that I didn't know or that everyone else didn't know. And he tried to implement that YouTube guru knowledge that everyone says, where you have to be a specialist, or it's better to be a heart surgeon than a general practitioner or a doctor. That's what all these YouTube gurus will say. And honestly, that's true once you get to the point where, you have experience, right? But if you're a beginner and you have no experience, you have no business pretending like you do, like you are a specialist, right? Because that just makes you a fraud. That makes you a scammer, right? That makes you someone who can't get results for businesses, and you're just gonna be scamming people out of money. You don't wanna do that. Don't try to be something you're not. It's never going to work out for you in business. Here's what actually works. Start broad, start general, and work with as many types of clients as you can. Work with all different industries. My first client ever was like a fintech SaaS, and then I worked with like an insurance type of company, and then I worked with outsourcing companies, right? I worked with so many different types of companies. I work with marketing agencies, right? And the thing is, once you work with these different types of companies, then clients are gonna trust you more, and they're gonna think of you more as a lead gen expert because you've been able to get results in different industries. So guys, the moral of the story is stop niching down, especially as a beginner, right? Start general, start broad, sign clients and get clients results. Don't get some clients results. Learn what works best for you, learn what works best for clients, and then scale your business from there. And then when you get to the point where you have case studies, you have results, you have testimonials, then you can start to niche down and become a specialist. But don't think about becoming that now. So guys, if you're tired of this same recycled information over and over that's keeping you stuck where you are now, and you're seeing all these gurus preach all of this information to you, and you're seeing them give you all this knowledge, but then if you look a little bit deeper, you'll see that they got rich doing the opposite of what they're telling you to do, and you're sick and tired of that, then check out my video in the description below on the best type of agency to start to get to $10,000 a month in 2025. It's going to have what the agency is, how I started it, how I launched it, how I scaled it, how I got results for my clients, how I scaled it, and how so many of my students have been able to change their lives by building six-figure agencies as well. So if you guys want to check that out, hit the link in the description below, and I'll see you in that one.